Hi, my name is Megan Reynolds, and I have chosen to do my special occasion speech over my hero and someone that I just really admire. I think for a lot of people, the person that they admire the most or is their hero is a celebrity or just someone who is famous. But for me, I just don't look at anybody that is famous and I'm like, I really want to meet you. I want to be just like you. So I don't know, I don't have that connection, I guess. So the person that I do admire most is someone I knew personally, and that is my grandpa. He is 83 years old right now. He was born February 14th, 1931. And so what's really cool about him is, like a lot of people that was born at the same time as him, they didn't they didn't finish school or they didn't graduate high school, and he didn't go to college. Like he didn't do any of that. And so the amazing part about that is at the age of 23, he actually opened up his own car business here in town, and it's actually still running today. He named it just after himself, which is just Answer Reynolds Used Cars. He eventually did open up a second one, also named just Answer Reynolds Used Cars, and he opened up a RV lot, which was called Answer Reynolds RV Sales. Today, though, however, he did end up selling the second car lot to one of his sons, and so now he runs that. And the RV lot he does still own, but he just rents it out. I think today it is a funeral home, so it's really funny to think about that it was a RV lot and now it's a funeral home. It's really weird for me to think about. He has 6 kids total. My dad is actually the youngest of the 6. I think at one point all 6 were working at the same car lot, but over the years, when they got older, those were his employees. It was just, all my uncles and my aunt and my dad. And so it was just really amazing to me that he made his business such a family related business, and that was always important to me because I think that shows a lot about family to be able to work together for that long. Because I know today 3 of them do still work at that same car lot. He still does run it today, although he's not there as much as he used to be. It's mainly ran by my uncles who do a pretty good job at it. He what's he eventually made enough to where he was able to build his own house in Forest Hills for him and my grandma. He does still live there today, even though my grandma has passed since then. But he became, just really successful at what he does. He was able to buy a couple condos in Florida at one point for a while so that him and my grandma could vacation there whenever they wanted to. I know when I was younger, I think they were in Florida more than they were in Campbellsville, which was their home, like their main home. So it's kind of funny to think about. They just really loved it down there. And so, why do I admire him so much? Like I said earlier, he didn't go to school. He didn't finish school. He didn't graduate high school. He didn't go to college. So it just really, amazes me that he was able to make such a huge name for himself in town and become so successful at his business because he chose something that he just really loves. And it's really cool to see how his passion is the same as all of like my uncles and my dad's passion. They all just really love cars and they could talk cars for hours, and they usually do when we all get together. I usually have no idea what they're talking about because it's not my passion. um, but it's just really neat to me that he was able to do that because nowadays it might be harder to be able to, not go to school or not have your degree and just open a business and be successful, because now we think, you know what, you have to have that master's degree and you have to have that bachelor's degree to be successful. So that's what is the most amazing part about it to me, is that he was able to do that without any of that. I can remember one instance when I was younger during the 4th of July celebration, which is really huge here in Campbellsville, as some of you probably know. He used to ride in the parade every year in his car hauler, and a lot of us, grandkids would ride on it, and he would ride on it, of course, and like my uncles and everything like that. And I just remember one time, when we were coming down the road at the beginning of it, like he got a standing ovation from everybody, and from that moment on, like I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be someone like him who could make such a huge name for himself that these people would just, stand and holler and clap for him because they just admire him so much and like him so much because he is such a great guy. So I could see why they would do that. He's just an honest man, and to me, like, that's the way I look at how you run a business. Be honest about it. Nowadays a lot of car salesmen, they're not very honest. They're just trying to cheat you into getting money, as sad as that is. And I just think that he and as long as the rest of my family is just like a really honest bunch, and that just really touches me that they can all be like that, and that they are just so family oriented and they can work with each other, for so long. Something interesting is that his initials spell car because his name is Charles Ansel Reynolds, and so ever since I was younger, I thought that was the coolest thing that his initials spell car and he ran a car business and he's so good at it. So I thought that was so cool. And actually, for the second year in a row, they've won Best Place to Buy a Used Car in Campbellsville by the Reader's Poll in the News Journal. So I thought that was really cool too because, that's an accomplishment that he gets, out of all the dealerships in town, he has the best used car one, and that just is so neat to me. And so I'm so proud to call him my grandpa. I know that God really did bless me with him for my grandpa, and I'm just proud to call me his granddaughter. So thank you.